Welcome back to another edition of Holding Court with Coach Jeff Nelson. I'm J.D. Healy, and happy to be here again this week. We had a heck of a week last week.
Yeah, a lot of good matches. Exciting time playing in the pit. It was good.
Let's talk a little bit about the venue. We'll definitely get into the games, but the venue. It's been 3 years since we'd been in the pit. I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, I think 2011 or 12 probably. Mm-hmm. But it was good. I think our players, for the most part, enjoyed it. I think it was a great experience for our visiting teams to host a tournament in there and have them get to play. And you know, I think Sports Illustrated has it as one of the top 20 venues of all time, or mm-hmm. whatever. And so I think for all those reasons and the great crowds that came out Friday and Saturday night, it went really well.
The number I had was 3267, which is a formidable crowd coming out. If all those folks were in Johnson Center, they would have been right up to the ceiling.
Well, Johnson holds about 4,500. I mean, we've had 4 in there for Stanford, for Nebraska, but it's exciting. And you know, we wouldn't have been able to have that crowd this weekend, unfortunately, with the Book of Mormon going on at Pope Joy and our event. It can get really crazy, and so. That's the reason we went over there, but I think it worked out really well. Even though the pit's really big, the crowd was noisy, they were into it. I think it was a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah, no, it really was. It is nice to have that. Having said that, as nice as the pit is, Johnson Center is home, and we still like,
absolutely.
Everything is showcased right there. Your audience is and your fan base is nice and close.
I do think that we can, one of the things we're going to talk about is maybe doing a tournament over there every year, just to showcase the pit and let our players and, like I said, some visiting teams have the opportunity. We think it's a good draw too to help us bring in better teams as well.
No doubt. Plenty of parking. Yeah. Okay. Well, first up was Friday night. That was the match against Cal State University Northridge, we looked at this game, and you and I talked a little bit about it beforehand, expecting that every one of these teams that was coming in, even though their records didn't necessarily reflect that they were having a great season, if you look at who they played, they were playing some powerhouse teams. So you knew it was going to be a challenge.
We did. We expected that. They've all played super tough schedules. Long Island got their first win out here, but they're going to go back and they'll probably tear through their conference and be in the NCAA tournament again. They're a very good team. They've just played nothing but top 25 teams most of the year. Northridge is a team that they're in every game, and we started a little slow, but in our games, but they're in every game, but then they kind of fade away at the end and just seem like they just haven't quite put their finger on winning. But they're good. And they're in every game they play. So, you know, that was an interesting match for us. We talked about starting fast. We didn't, even though we won and we won fairly comfortably. But our team needs to get out and start faster, and that was a problem on Friday night and Saturday night for us.
Looking at some of the stats here, really, they actually out-hit us, in that game. It was blocks and serving that won the match.
Yeah, we served really well. I think we had 12 or 13 aces in the match and blocked really well. I think we averaged 4 blocks per game in that match as well, and did a lot of other things to be successful. But we've just come out slow at the net, not as aggressive as we need to be, and it flip-flopped Saturday night. We out-hit our opponent and lost the match. So, we've got to take care of that a little bit better. But at times we're playing really good ball.
Highlights, as I look at it, Stephanie Chavez, again, a big match for her. She serves 5 aces, which is a really nice performance by her.
That's a career high for her.
Yeah, Cassie House, 3 more aces and 11 kills. That's great balance from Cassie. Devin Sowers had 15 kills. Julia Warren with 11 kills and 11 digs. Nice to mix up the double-double. Hannah Johnson, of course, with 35 assists. I say, of course. I say that each time. It's just that she's very predictable that she's going to be steady all the way through.
Yeah, she had a great weekend. With Hannah, too, she should actually be getting more assists, but our offense just isn't really taking care of the ball. our defense really picked up this weekend. Our blocking numbers improved, our dig numbers improved. But Hannah should have more assists, but it's not anything that she's doing. She's playing great ball right now. Our team needs to be a little smarter with some of our choices and things. That's really holding us back in some tight spots. But overall, Hannah played well and put up great numbers all weekend.
Mm-hmm. So 25-21, 25-27, 17-25, and then 25-17, 3-1. We get out of that one with a win on Friday. We come back in on Saturday and face off against LIU Brooklyn and sweep them 3-0. Great performances by Devin Sowers. She gets a double-double with 11 kills and 10 digs. Julia Warren, another double-double, 10 kills and 12 digs. Hannah with 30 assists, 9 digs, and 5 kills of her own. She's extremely smart at the net.
Yeah.
I wonder where she gets that from.
You know, there's a lot of setters in in the building when we're practicing, but she's really improved that part of her game this year and making good choices with when to send the ball over onto and really mixing up the zone she's sending the ball to so that people can't key in on what she's doing. But part of that, too, is that we pass pretty well most of the time, and she's getting good balls at the net and good looks at the other side of the court.
It's a tough job, I think tougher than most people really appreciate. And since I'm talking to a longtime setter, you've got to be able to see where the best vantage points for your hitters is, and at the same time, you're peeking to see where the defense is.
Absolutely, you've got to really have your peripheral working. And then be aware of what your hitters are doing. You know, did a hitter come in past short? Are they on the floor? What are they doing? And then, yeah, exactly. What's the defense? And the first thing is really what's the block doing? How are they setting up? And, you know, where can I isolate my hitters and get the best chance of a one-on-one? And if a setter gives a hitter a one-on-one, they've done a great job.
Nice. Just to wrap up the LIU game, out-hit Brooklyn 280. To 76, and let's see, 39-27. Lobos lead in assists, 55-53 in digs and blocks, 9-6. So overall, a nice performance.
Yeah, real solid.
Moving on to Saturday night, we all come back in. It's a whiteout, a great atmosphere. You know, as people are filing into the pit. Nobody missed that table to get their free T-shirts.
Yeah, they went fast.
Yeah.
I'd like to say thank you to Screen Images for providing that, and they were cool shirts too. I actually didn't get one, but I thought they were really cool, and the line was halfway around the upper corridor, it seemed like, for a while to get those shirts, but they went fast. But people put them on during the game, and they looked good, and it was just a nice touch. Big crowd, and thought it was fun.
Thought it was a nice touch that Allison was actually handing out the T-shirts. Your director of operations is handing out the T-shirts, so that might have slowed up the line a little bit because everybody wanted to take a minute to chat with her a little bit too. But no, it was great. It really was. It was a great atmosphere and fun. And I watched the people filing in. And everybody got a big kick out of it. Immediately put their shirt on.
Yeah.
So the audience looked great. And as we were getting ready to call that game, Melissa Rohr turns and she says, you know, it's a great crowd. And I'm, of course, looking across. And she goes, no, look behind us. And as I turned around and looked up, it felt really good.
It did.
It was well filled in.
Yeah, you know, the side people come in on, both the end zone and that side, were much more filled in than across the way or off of off the south end. But, you know, more importantly, they were just loud and they were really engaged in the match. And that was the same Friday night. Friday night was only like 1,500, but they were loud and they were engaged, and it was fun.
No doubt. Crowd settles in for this game, and right off the bat, we lose the first 2 sets.
Yeah, and that's what we've been talking about, is this slow start. You know, we outplayed LSU statistically. Shouldn't have lost the match, and LSU's a good team. Fran's a great coach. But if you took the names off and everything and looked at the stat sheet, you would think we would have won the match. But it was our slow start, particularly game 2, that hurt us. And then we come back and win games 3 and 4, play really well, made some lineup adjustments. That's one great thing about the team this year is I've played all 14 kids. They all, our level doesn't change no matter who we put in, and a lot of times it goes up because kids have had a chance to see what's going on and make the adjustments in their brain maybe, but we've had really good luck with our exchanges and players going in and out, and not only do we not lose our level, but we've raised it many times. And so we made some adjustments at halftime, came back out, won the next two, and then you're back in that situation where it's game 5, and it's sudden death basically, and you play differently in game 5. You play safer. We had a couple opportunities for swings that we didn't take, and they came back and got us, and that was disappointing. It's a great program though. It's not a bad loss, but it's another one that we should have gotten.
I don't want to get past the two wins coming out of the break, because we were talking about it on air as the game, as you guys went into the locker room for the intermission, and a lot of teams will fold. Look, it's the best out of 5, which is 3,
right.
And you're already down 2-0, and you're going in, for your break, and a lot of teams will fold under that pressure. But we both were recognizing that this has happened to Lobos, not a lot, but this has happened to the Lobos, and they've actually done very well coming out of the locker room down 2 in a lot of matches. And so we were very hopeful, and they answered our prayers, if you will, by coming out and fighting back. I got to talk a little bit about Stephanie Chavez, coming in there, and all of a sudden that kid turned into Wonder Woman, because they were firing things at her, and she just kept popping the ball back up and keeping it in play.
Yeah, she played great defense. She played really good defense, and switching her into the libero role, she does play really good defense, and she's dynamic out there. We've got to solidify her passing a little bit, and that's been what's held her back from having that role, but she's certainly aware of that, and we're working on it. But she does bring good energy. She dug a lot of balls. And, talking about defense, Hannah Johnson had a career high digs on Saturday night. LSU's best player is their right side, and Hannah had 26 digs, and we really were able to shut down their best player. And I was really happy with that, both from digging and a blocking standpoint. But really impressed with how Hannah stepped up and kept that girl intact.
And we saw it too, that she's got such a high volleyball IQ that it may have appeared to be easy from the fans just watching the game, because she put herself in really the only spot that somebody was going to hit it. And so there she was each time, and she just kept coming up with it. But that's because she's just got a great read of where they're coming from.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that she was touching the ball. She was digging in system and letting us get attacks out of it, and that really, she really had a couple big games in 3 and 4 to help with that, along with Stephanie. The two of them were digging everything, and so everything going both angles, cross court, from the left and right side, we were picking up.
We don't win the 5th set, but looking at sets 3 and 4 in that match against a team that's a really good team, and we're in these long rallies and winning a lot of those long rallies. Is that something that just so helps moving into the rest of the season?
Yeah, it does. And I think we won almost every long rally, and there were a lot of them. I mean, there were 3 or 4 rallies where we said, "Gosh, do we need a timeout after that?" Because players on both sides looked like they were just gassed, and how exciting! And it's almost a 3-hour match, and I don't think any of our fans left. It was that exciting. I mean, it was a great night of volleyball.
Hannah Johnson, as you say, had 26 digs, 7 kills, 46 assists, and she was the named all-tournament team. That's the 4th time she's had that honor this season. Julia Warren also earned all-tournament accolades, 15 kills, 18 digs, so a nice performance by Julia, who at the end of that, as I was walking up the ramp, was shaking like a leaf down there. You talk about somebody who left it all on the floor. She was dehydrated. Yeah,
she was dehydrated and a little bit low on blood sugar. They got some stuff in her and walked her up. I didn't even see that because we were taking care of some other end of the tournament things. But Yeah, so we walked up the ramp. We're waiting in the locker room to talk and excuse the kids, and we're waiting and waiting, and it's like, where's Julia? And then I walked back out, and here she came up the ramp. I wasn't even aware that had happened because it was kind of off on the side, and but she's much better. I mean, she had a couple days of rest, and we're back at it today with her. But she did. I mean, she had 3 double-doubles in the tournament. Played really consistent. Did what she needs to do for us, and that's the kind of player. For us to be successful, that's the kind of player she needs to be. She needs to be 10, 12, 14 kills every night, and the same with Diggs. I mean, she needs to have production in those 2 areas every night for us.
Does a great job in the back, too, by taking the serve and steering it where it's supposed to go to.
Yeah, and she steals a lot of them from other people, too, which is we want her to do. She's, I think, probably the best passer in our league.
Yeah, she's a tough kid, which I don't know why they served to her.
Well, LSU didn't in games 1 and 2. We couldn't. I mean, when we left game 2, she had only passed like 5 balls, and we were like, okay, we got to get her touching more balls as well. So.
All right, so we come out of that one, and now we're looking towards this week. We're heading into conference play. We have one more game out of conference. We'll talk about that. That's the third one coming up. But 2 games, and we're in conference Thursday at 7 o'clock, San Diego State.
You know, they've struggled early, but then they had a really good win last weekend over UC Santa Barbara. They're, they're always well coached. It's been a good rivalry for us. It seems like every year it's back and forth. And when we play San Diego State, we don't take anything for granted. And, we've done our scouting. Their players are kind of up and down, but they have a lot of good athletes. They play a 6-2 offense, which is different than us. And, they're going to come in here and go for it. When conference starts, everyone's fresh. And they're going to give us all they have. They always do. Dieter always gets them fired up to play us, and so we're anticipating a really tough match on Thursday night.
Nice. We'll come back in on Saturday. It's an afternoon game, 2 p.m. at Johnson Center against Nevada.
And Nevada's a much improved team. They have a new coach this year. They're playing better ball. Sam Willoughby's their top player. She's a middle. Had a great year last year and has started this year off the same. Doing some different things, but overall they're playing better ball, and they're not. In the past, they've been a bit of a walkover, and that's not going to happen this year either. They've moved way up. They've played a tougher schedule. They've won several matches already, and they're making it known that they're here to play this year, and I'm happy for that. I mean, we've all talked about bringing up the bottom, and they've done a great job of improving what they're doing. And so I think it's a good weekend for us to start. We feel like it's at home. We can get a couple wins, but we're going to have to work for them. A couple teams that are hungry and not quite as experienced as us, but definitely wanting to win and getting after it, and really different things. One with a real seasoned coach who always knows how to prepare for us, and the other with a new coach who's got just kids hungry and playing hard. So we're looking at kind of 2 different things, but we got to be ready, and I think we will be.
Can you take the results of LSU on Saturday night, where so much momentum comes out of the 3rd and 4th set wins, and then we don't win in the 5th? Can you take that and convert it into, we're playing 2 teams to start off our season this week, we got to put the pedal to the metal and leave it there until we're shaking hands at the end of this match?
Well, I think what we can put together is that, we're 7-5, but 2 of the losses are in the 5th game, or actually 3 are.
Right.
And we're 1-3 in the 5th game, and 2 of the losses are by 2 points.
Right.
And so it would be very easy for us to be sitting here at 10-2, and I think what our team has to know is that they've been in every match, even the USC match, and USC's ranked 3rd this week, but in games 1 and 3, we led at 20 in both games, So even the USC match, other than game 2, but we've been in every match, and we've competed well, and we've got to learn how to finish, and we've got to we've got two things that we've got to get done here quickly, and that's to come out and start faster, and then to finish strong. And we've been able to really raise the level throughout the matches, and we're playing better ball as the matches go on. Mm-hmm. But we've got to finish, and we've got to come out faster.
Take care of these 2 games this weekend, and then Tuesday you're on your way down. Do you travel down on Tuesday since it's just
we
Las
don't
Cruces?
do an overnight with it.
So the Rio Grande rivalry.
No, we go down and we'll do a little serve and pass down there in the afternoon, and then I think the match is at 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So I was told yesterday it's on ESPN3, so that's another nice bonus for us, another television opportunity, which no one in the conference is getting any, and we've got our 3rd already this year, so that's exciting for us. It's always good for recruiting and all that. But it's a great rivalry. New Mexico State has a couple local kids that are playing well for them, and Gwen Murphy in the middle, who's she hits all over the place, but she is really putting up big numbers for them and doing a good job. And they're a senior-dominated team. Natalie Castellanos, Gwen Murphy, a couple others, but they have a senior setter. But they are a very good team. They're playing well together as a team. They're battling well, and Gwen's really leading the way. She's putting up huge numbers for them, and so we're going to have to figure out a way to. I don't think we can contain her, but at least slow her down.
Well, Coach, we're going to take care of those 3 games, and then you head out on the road. We won't be doing a show next week because you guys will be traveling.
Yeah.
In conference and traveling, we can talk about that when you get back. But I'm excited for this week to kind of kick things off. We want to get as many people, obviously, as possible packed into to Johnson Center. Maybe that extra amount of people in the stands will help us and get this done in 3.
Well, like I said, San Diego State's always a great rivalry match here. We've gone 5 a number of times. And then another note, the Nevada match on Saturday is listed on the schedule at 2, but it's actually a 1 o'clock match.
Oh, okay.
So we need to make sure all our fans know that. And we've put it out on our social media and our websites and everything. But Saturday's match is at 1 o'clock.
I'm glad that you told me that.
Yeah, right.
Well, we'll see you out there. Get out there early. Come on downtown, and you can go across the street and get yourself a bite to eat at any of the local places. Saggio's or the Frontier, great supporters of UNM athletics, and we want to see you Thursday at 7 against San Diego State at Johnson Center, and then back on Saturday 1 p.m. At Johnson Center, and then we'll all be watching on ESPN3 to see how you guys do against the in-state rivals, the Rio Grande rivalry against New Mexico State.
Well, or feel free to get in your car and drive down. It'll be a great match.
Great idea. Even better. Until next time, folks, we'll see you next time on Holding Court with Coach Jeff Nelson.